Welcome in, everyone. We had fireworks at the White House today when President Zelensky of Ukraine visited President Donald Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance. It was absolutely out of control. It went off the rails, to put it frankly. All hell broke loose, and it ended with Zelensky getting literally thrown out, ejected, kicked out of the White House. We're going to get into all that and more. We're going to show you the video of when things truly went off the rails. It is nothing short of absolutely insane. Make sure to like and subscribe. Comment with your thoughts on how you think the United States should handle this situation going forward. So let's get into it. Zelensky was at the White House to meet with President Trump over the idea they were going to sign this rare minerals deal, and then the U.S. was going to continue to provide support for Ukraine in its war against Russia. Russia invaded in early 2022. It has been a brutal war ever since. It has been just absolutely just trench warfare, drones. It's been unbelievably violent, unbelievably brutal. The Biden administration had a gravy train hooked right into sending aid to Ukraine, and I'm not going to get into whether or not you think the aid's smart, good, or whatever, but President Trump is now in control. He has a little bit of a different view of how the situation should be handled. So Zelensky shows up, and before anything, he immediately pokes fun at the way he's dressed. Let's watch that right now.
You're all dressed up.
Yes, I had pretty close. How are you? Pretty sharp.
He's all dressed up today.
President Trump, what's your message to
So right away, Trump took a jab at the fact Zelensky apparently didn't have time or doesn't own a suit to wear to the White House. I don't care who you are. When you meet with the president, you wear a suit. I've been to the White House a handful of times. I've always worn a suit. It's the respectful thing to do. However, that was just the beginning of what unfolded. They then met in the Oval Office, Trump, Vance, Zelensky, and a handful of people, and it turned into an absolutely insane argument with Trump and Vance essentially lecturing Zelensky on how he has not been grateful enough, how he has not shown them in the United States the proper respect. Let's go ahead and roll that footage, and then we'll get into it.
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you are
Mr.
not
President,
strong...
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the President for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Come once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President.
And don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless.
You don't
God
know
bless.
that.
You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because
I'm
you're in no
answering on this
position to
question.
dictate that.
That's
Remember
exactly
this.
what
I'm not
You're
dictating.
in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very
you will
good.
Feel influence.
We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed
From
yourself to be in a very bad position, and he
of the
happens
war.
to be right about
From
it.
the very beginning of the war.
You're not
Mr.
in a
Brown,
good position.
I
You don't
was
have
in
the cards right now. With us, you start
I'm
having
not playing
cards. But
cards.
right now, you don't.
I'm very
You're playing
serious,
cards.
Mr. President.
You're
I'm
playing
very
cards.
serious.
You're gambling
I'm the
with the
president
lives of
anymore.
millions of people.
You think-
You're gambling with World War III.
What are you
You're
thinking
gambling
about?
with
What are you
World
thinking
War
about?
III. And
You-
what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country.
I'm-
It's
with
back
all
to
respect to
you.
your
Far
country.
more than a lot of people said
very
they
respect.
should have.
Have you said thank you once?
A lot
entire
of
meeting?
times.
No, in this
Even
entire meeting,
today.
have you said thank
Even
you?
today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for
What-
the United
what
States
are
of
you
America
speaking about?
and the president who's trying to save your country.
So right there, you can see without a doubt one of the most absurd Oval Office meetings we've ever seen. Trump clearly not happy. Vance clearly not happy. Zelensky behaving in a manner that was guaranteed to upset Trump and Vance. I have no idea why he felt the need to lecture them. I have no idea why he behaved in that manner. Just fireworks across the board. And then it got even crazier. I'm going to throw this up on the screen right now for you all. This is President Trump then throws Zelensky out of the White House, despite there's supposed to be more meetings, press conferences, this deal that was supposed to be signed. He releases a statement on Truth Social that says, "We had a very meaningful meeting in the White House today. Much was learned that could never be understood without conversation under such fire and pressure. It's amazing what comes through emotion, and I've determined that President Zelensky is not ready for peace if America is involved because he feels our involvement gives him a big advantage in negotiations. I don't want advantage. I want peace. He disrespected the United States of America in its cherished Oval Office. He can come back when he is ready for peace." I don't even know where to start with this. We got Trump poking fun at the fact he didn't put on his suit. They then go into the Oval Office. All hell breaks loose. They get into a massive blowout argument. The short clip you just saw was a fraction of the totality of what unfolded. That's a snippet. That is one snippet of absolute chaos, all hell breaking loose, just an unbelievable amount of anger from all sides involved. And then what does Trump do? He says, "That's it, goodbye." You saw all these tweets that were coming out. I texted some people before Trump even announced it that Zelensky had been given the boot from the White House, ejected. His motorcade rolled up, picked him up, and they got in the cars and they just left. This is unlike anything I've ever seen from a presidential press conference before. Just the pure level of frustration, anger, rage. You can see the anger in Vance when he starts getting lectured by Zelensky. Then you can see it in Trump's face when Zelensky tells him, "We're going to feel it over here." And Trump says, "Don't tell us what we're going to feel." I don't know what the strategy was here. I truly do not know what the plan was. I don't know what they thought was going to happen. If I was in Zelensky's shoes, obviously there's a terrible war that's going on. I'm in no way defending it. Russia started this war when they invaded. They are the ones responsible for the destruction of Ukraine. Let's not get confused or twisted about that. That is 100% the case. They're the ones that rolled tanks over the border. Now, you can sit here and argue about why he did that, what his true motives are, but the facts of the matter are Russia invaded Ukraine. Europe and the United States have been pouring aid into Ukraine. There's been talk about sending troops to Ukraine. It's just not American troops. European countries are talking about sending troops to Ukraine. There was supposed to be this mineral deal, which is obviously what today was all about when they met on February 28th. That doesn't appear. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but this is one of the most explosive blow-ups we've ever seen at the White House. And quite frankly, Trump, I don't see him welcoming him back anytime soon. I don't see Vance welcoming him back, talking about the propaganda tours they give over there. All in all, an absolutely bananas situation unfolded, went off the rails. I think Zelensky could have come sign the deal, gotten his aid, and he would have been just fine. He chose a very different path, a very different route, and now we'll see what happens. But let me know in the comments what you think about Zelensky and Trump and everything that happened. Absolutely crazy. Make sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you all next time.